Welcome back to FM Story. We're rapidly approaching the end of this second season of the Save and second season with Internacional. Going into the season, the main aims were the Copa do Brazil and the Copa Libertadores. Unfortunately, in the last episode, we went out of the Copa Libertadores in the quarter-final stage to a fellow Brazilian side. And also, at the very end of the last episode, that heartbreaking loss in the Copa do Brazil final with Palmeiras scoring with 30 seconds of injury time left meant that we finished runners-up. We still have a chance to win the title, to make it back-to-back league titles. And then also, we're going to have to give some thought about what we do next season. Do we stay with Internacional? Do we move on? But without further ado, let's get into the action and see how the season ends. We've made it to the end of October. We've played 5 games since that heartbreaking defeat against Palmeiras in the Copa do Brazil final at the end of last season. We started off with a pretty convincing 5-1 victory at home against Curitiba. We then lost 2-0 away at Atlético Paranense, who seemed to be a bit of a bogey side for us so far in the Save. We then drew 2-2 with Fluminense before beating Fortaleza 3-2 thanks to a 93rd minute penalty from Aravena. And then we beat local rivals Grêmio 5-0 in the most recent game. So what that means is with 5 games left to go in the season, it's unlikely that we're going to win the league title. We are 5 points behind Flamengo going into those last 5 games. We do have some players that are right at the top of the individual accolades. Saldanha, top goal scorer so far. Wanderson with the most assists, and Aravena with the joint most assists. We're obviously still doing better than the media prediction, which was for us to finish 5th, having won the title last season. But our big downfall has been our away form this season. We've lost 7 games, all of them away from home, and in those 7 games we only scored 2 goals. So certainly away from home we've been a bit suspect. But we've got 5 games left to make a good fist of winning the title, and then we have a decision to make in December and January as to what we do for next season. So we're playing Cruzeiro. Obviously, since we were looking at the league table, a couple of games have been played for some of the teams. We're now 9 points adrift of Flamengo, with them having played an extra couple of games. I think they won 1 and drew 1 of those games. But to have a chance of winning the title, we need to win this game away at Cruzeiro. We do have a few injury issues, particularly Aravena is injured. And largely we're looking at a team that is mostly going to be here next season. We do have a few players that are retiring at the end of the season. Helpfully, there are also some of the foreign players as well, so that'll help with the recruitment in the off-season. But we also might have to cash in on Mauricio to be able to retool the squad for another season if we stay. Right, they've got a throw in their half with the centre-backs. Well, we're not getting close to them really until then. Bustos wins it back. Mauricio then just gives it away down the line. They're making us do an awful lot of running here. Eventually it runs through and goes back to Rocher in goal. He finds Vital. Zambrano to Lara. Down the line for Wanderson, who cuts in field on his right. Wide to Mauricio. Low cross, takes a deflection, and there's Alanzinho to head home and put us 1-0 up. So Wanderson just drifted infield. They let him run a long way with it. Mauricio looks to go down the outside. His cross takes a nick, comes off the post, I think, or off the keeper. And then a simple header for Alanzinho at the back post. Right, Basic with a free kick for us. Lifts it over the wall, forces the keeper into a save at the near post. And then we've given away a free kick to stop the counter-attack. Basic short to Mauricio into Zambrano. He must be offside there. He was about 4 yards offside, I think. It's been given, though. So it's short to Mauricio. Well, he just looks at the guy that eventually came across to challenge him, was closest to him. And we've doubled our lead. I mean, it is very, very close. Right, Lara with a free kick, lifts it into the box. It's headed up in the air and headed clear. Alanzinho going back to pick it up. He's the deepest of our players. Into Vitao, Paz. Into Mauricio. Back to Paz again. Mauricio now with some space. Then loses it in the box. But then a poor clearance by the keeper. Lara gets it, low cross. Saldana is there to turn it home. And we're going to get another VAR check. And that one is offside. The keeper's poor clearance. Lara picks it up, drives forward, then a low cross. And Saldana's fractionally offside. And there we go. Half time, 2-0 up. And just more of the same in the second half. Make sure we get the victory and keep the pressure on Flamengo, hopefully. No changes at half time. We've played pretty well. Just hopefully keep that performance up in the second half. They've got a free kick, though. He's going short to the edge of the box. Shot's blocked. Ball chipped over the top. A lovely pass. And we've been undone. So it comes back to Lucas Silva, just dinks it over the top. Taken down lovely. Fired across Rocher. Pulls a go back for Cruzeiro, and given they're in a relegation battle, it's a big, big goal for them. Because they need to get back into this game. Right, we made a couple of changes in the forward areas just to get some fresh legs on. Right, a late corner for us. Mauricio aims it to the back post. And it's headed clear. Alanzinho going back to pick it up. Basic to Lara. Gomez back to Basic. Basic again. He gives it away. Gomez wins it. Estevao's in the box. Chips the keeper and it comes back off the crossbar. And that was the last action of the game. Full time, 2-1. We weren't great in the second half, but we got the 3 points and we keep the pressure up on Flamengo at the top. We've made it to the final day of the league season, and rather remarkably, we are somehow now in pole position to win the league title for the second successive season. Since that game against Cruzeiro, we've won every game, and Flamengo have lost 2 games, which puts us 3 points clear going into the last day of the season. As long as we avoid defeat, we are champions. However, we are away at Bahia, who are in 3rd, so it's going to be a tough, tough game. After the Cruzeiro game, we beat Vasco da Gama 2-0 at home. We beat Regitas de Brazil 5-1 away from home with a hat-trick from Saldana. He scored the 12th minute, the 15th minute, the 18th minute. And then in the most recent game, we won 3-0 at home against Bragantino. And as we say, looking at the league table, we are 3 points clear going into this last day of the season. If we avoid defeat, we are champions. If we get defeated and Flamengo win, we're not champions because they've got a better goal difference than us. So we at least need to pick up a point from this last game of the season. Okay, so final day of the season, away from home. This is the side we've picked to hopefully secure at least a point and the title. Both teams going into this in great form, both probably playing very similar formations. Right, Lara down the left, cross, and the keeper comes and claims it above Alanzinho. And he goes long. Bustos gets it. Basic to Aravena off the left. Shot's blocked. Goes through to the keeper who just pumps it long up the field. And Paz tidies up. Zambrano loses out. Wins it back. We're a bit nervy by the looks of it here. Vital into Alanzinho. Lovely ball on Saldana. Mauricio still going. Low cross. Saldana at the back post. His 45th goal of the season in all competitions. Puts us 1-0 up and really puts us in the driving seat to win that league title. It's a lovely flick. First time ball from Saldana. Mauricio drives at the defence. Low cross. Misses a couple of players at the near post and Saldana's there to tap it into the back of the net. Right, a corner for us. Mauricio to take it to the far post. Saldana with a header, his second goal of the game. And surely it's now our title. Just bends it into that far post. Saldana gets up above. In fact, it was our player. It was Basic at the back post that was challenging him the most, but he gets the header on target. And it's time for the celebrations to start, hopefully. Another corner. Again, Mauricio to take it, this time to the near post. Saldana again with a header. This time it goes over the top. There we are, half-time, 2-0 up on the last day of the season. We only need a point to win the title, so it looks like, unless we have a monumental collapse in the second half, it's going to be 2 successive league titles. Right, so we sent the same team out to start the second half. Unfortunately, we've now picked up an early injury to Alanzinho. Right, we've rejigged the front three and brought Wanderson on the left. The first time we've really seen them come forward. Ball into the box. It's laid back a long way, but shot from the edge of the area. Not on target. And if we can restrict them to shots like that, we should be pretty safe. They're playing out from the back from this goal kick. Zambrano into Basic. Finds Aravena coming off that flank. He arrows it into the bottom corner. 3-0. And now the party can get started. Just a loose ball in the midfield there. Zambrano finds Basic. He helps it on to Aravena, cutting in. Just fires it into that bottom corner across the keeper for 3-0. Right, some more fresh legs on. See the game out. Right, a throw for them late on. Saldana just got himself sent off on the last day of the season. What was that challenge? Especially bearing in mind that they need to score 4 for us not to win the title. What was the point in that? From that free kick, we've headed clear at the back post. And they've gone all the way back to the keeper. His ball forward. Igor Gomez looked to try and win a header. He can't get back in. Rocher turns it behind for a corner. In swinger from them into the near posts, flicked on onto the roof of the net. And hopefully that's the last highlight of the game. And there we are. Full time, 3-0 victors. And that should secure the title. And there we are. We've won the title by 3 points from Flamengo. Back-to-back league titles in our first 2 seasons of the Save. Given the jobs that are are looking like coming available. I think it's probably going to be another season with International. Try and get that Copa do Brazil at least, as well as another decent run in the Copa Libertadores. And there we have it, the end of another episode, the end of another season. And unfortunately, although we won the league title again, we've not added a new trophy to the trophy cabinet. So still, the only title after 2 seasons is that Brazilian league title. Given the insecure jobs in other leagues, I think we'd be stupid to leave International during this off-season. It's going to require a bit of rejigging because we've got a lot of aging players. There's quite a few players retiring as well. But I don't know that we're going to get a better opportunity to win the Copa do Brazil or the Copa Libertadores in the next couple of seasons. And I think leaving for a club in a country that isn't Argentina or Brazil at this stage would be a bit silly because we're dropping down. But we'll see what the off-season holds. There may be surprise departures and surprise jobs becoming available, but at this moment in time, we'll be beginning the next episode with Season 3 with International. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.